How to control your mind. Stoicism intro. Your mind is powerful, yet it can sometimes feel like it controls you. The constant stream of thoughts, emotions, worries, and distractions can make you feel overwhelmed and out of control. But what if I told you that Stoicism, the ancient philosophy practiced by great minds like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, provides us with practical tools to take control of our minds and live with greater clarity, focus, and resilience? Dive into how Stoicism teaches us to control our minds, not by force, but by understanding the nature of our thoughts, mastering our emotions, and focusing on what's within our power. By adopting Stoic practices, we can train our minds to stop reacting impulsively and start responding with intention, wisdom, and tranquility. Let's explore how you can gain control of your mind and live a more peaceful, focused, and purposeful life. 1. Understand what's within your control. The dichotomy of control. First step to mastering your mind begins with one of the core principles of Stoicism, the dichotomy of control. This principle teaches us that there are two things in life, things within our control and things beyond our control. Your thoughts, your actions, your responses, these are all within your control. But the external events, the behavior of others, and the outcomes of situations are not. By understanding this, you begin to shift your focus from trying to control the uncontrollable to mastering what you can truly control: your reactions, your mindset, and your choices. Take a moment every day to reflect on what's within your control. Write down the things you can change and, just as importantly, identify the things you can't change. When you face a challenge, ask yourself, is this something I can control? If not, accept it and refocus your energy on what you can control: your mindset, your actions, and how you approach the situation. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By consistently reminding yourself of this, you'll stop being a slave to external events and start taking control of your thoughts and actions. 2. Become aware of your thoughts. Practice self-awareness. Stoicism teaches that awareness is the key to mastering your mind. Most of us go through life without ever questioning our thoughts or the emotions that follow them. But the Stoics believed that self-awareness was essential for self-mastery. Take a moment each day to observe your thoughts. What are you thinking right now? Are your thoughts negative, fear-driven, or irrational? Are you dwelling on the past or worrying about the future? The more aware you become of your mental patterns, the more you can identify negative or unproductive thoughts and begin to replace them with more constructive and rational ones. You can practice this by journaling your thoughts each day. Write down the worries, anxieties, or frustrations you're experiencing. Then, use Stoic wisdom to challenge those thoughts. Ask yourself, is this thought true? Does it serve me? What's a more balanced way of thinking about this? Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. By increasing your awareness of your thoughts, you take the first step in controlling your mind. You stop being a passive observer of your thoughts and start actively choosing how to respond. 3. Master your emotions. Practice emotional discipline. One of the key principles of Stoicism is emotional discipline. Stoics believe that emotions, especially negative ones like anger, fear, and anxiety, arise from irrational judgments. Instead of being at the mercy of your emotions, Stoicism teaches you to recognize their source and then take control of them through rational thinking. The next time you feel an intense emotion, pause and examine the thought behind it. For example, if you feel angry, ask yourself, what belief is causing this anger? Do I have control over the situation that's causing me to feel this way? Can I respond calmly and rationally instead of reacting impulsively? Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of emotional control when he said, "Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it." Instead of allowing emotions to control you, use Stoicism to pause, reflect, and choose how to respond in a measured and thoughtful manner. By practicing emotional discipline regularly, you'll begin to notice that your emotions no longer have the power to overwhelm you. You'll remain calm and composed, even in challenging situations. Because you know that emotions are not facts. They're simply reactions that can be controlled. 4. Control your desires. Live according to virtue, not external pleasures. Another aspect of mind control in Stoicism is controlling your desires. The Stoics believe that our desires and attachments to external pleasures, such as money, status, or material goods, can lead to anxiety, dissatisfaction, and a lack of inner peace. True happiness, they argued, comes not from getting more, but from wanting less. To control your mind, you must practice self-restraint and discipline in relation to your desires. Instead of constantly chasing external things for happiness, focus on cultivating inner virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one by living in accordance with virtue rather than pursuing fleeting pleasures. You'll find that your mind becomes free from cravings, and you can approach life with a deeper sense of fulfillment and peace. A practical way to control your desires is to practice contentment. Start by regularly reflecting on what you already have and being thankful for it. This shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance, making it easier to resist the temptation to constantly want more. 5. Reframe negative thoughts. Change your perspective, one of the most effective Stoic techniques for controlling your mind is cognitive reframing, the practice of changing how you interpret events and situations. Stoics believed that our minds don't simply react to events, we interpret them, and this interpretation determines how we feel. When faced with a difficult situation, instead of immediately reacting with frustration or negativity, try reframing the situation in a more rational or constructive way. For example, if you face a setback, instead of thinking this is unfair and terrible, try thinking this is an opportunity to learn and grow. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By reframing your thoughts, you not only change your emotional response, but also your perception of the situation, making it easier to remain calm, focused, and productive. This practice of reframing allows you to take control of your mind by choosing a more balanced perspective. Over time, this will help you become more resilient and adaptable to life's challenges. 6. Practice mindfulness. Be present in the moment. Stoics place great emphasis on living in the present moment. Mindfulness, or the practice of being fully aware of your thoughts and actions without judgment, is a key element of controlling your mind. By being present, you prevent your mind from wandering into the past or future where anxiety and regret often lie. To practice mindfulness, take regular breaks throughout the day to observe your thoughts without reacting to them. Focus on your breath, your surroundings, or the task at hand. Notice when your mind drifts toward negative or unproductive thoughts, and gently bring it back to the present moment. The Stoics believed that by focusing on what is within your control, which is always the present moment, you can remain calm and composed, no matter what is happening around you. Marcus Aurelius encouraged us to remember, have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Practicing mindfulness strengthens your ability to stay centered and to respond to life with calmness and clarity. 7. Accept what you can't control. Let go of attachment finally, one of the most powerful practices in Stoicism is learning to accept what you can't control. Often our minds are preoccupied with things outside our control, such as other people's actions, the weather, or the future. This attachment to the uncontrollable creates stress, frustration, and mental clutter. To regain control of your mind, practice acceptance. When you encounter something you cannot change, instead of resisting or worrying about it, accept it with grace. Understand that some things are beyond your power, and the only thing you can control is your response to them, by letting go of attachment. To the uncontrollable, you free your mind from unnecessary stress and find peace in the face of uncertainty.